Here, the movie begins with gangster George Colony, who is playing the character of Danny Ocean in the movie, is out of prison in the first scene and meets his partner in crime Rusty Ryan, played by Brad Pitt. While Danny is often on the condition that he cannot leave his city, but he does it against the law, and then in the next scene we see that Recipe and Danny go from California to Las Vegas, where both of them meet their old friends. They meet Ruben and both of them overhear Ruben planning a robbery. At first, Ruben denied their plan, but after knowing the details, he accepts the deal. Their main plan was to rob the 3 biggest casinos in Las Vegas, and the 3 casinos' owner's name was Terry. Terry and Ruben have an old enmity, due to which Ruben accepts to support them, and along with this, Ruben also finances the operation. While discussing their plan, they talk about a casino named Bellagio, which is the biggest one, and all the earnings came inside this casino from that 3 casinos. If we rob it, then there is no need to go to someone else's casino, and there they put an estimate of $160 million US. In next scene, Danny and Rusty make a team, having their own specialty like an expert in security and know casino management very well, and some know well about explosives very well. All the team members prepare a lot. They keep an eye on how much security is there outside the casino, how many people are there, who comes and goes, when the staff shifting happens, along with other many cases. And along with this, the team make a copy of the security vault which is in the Bellagio casino so that they can break it and check its security system so that when they go for actual robbery, they don't face any problem. Here it is known that Terry's ex-wife, whom he has divorced, is Danny's current girlfriend. Now, as Terry knows well about Danny, so on the same day of the robbery, Danny sits in the eyes of everyone so that Terry saw Danny as a victim of suspicion upon seeing him. So, Terry arrests Danny and is locked in a room. Here a bouncer comes to kill Danny, but Danny has already set up the same bouncer by giving him a lot of money. He helps Danny to climb onto the roof, from where we see that some of Danny's team enters from there and comes to his room so that he can reach the security room, where inside the vault there is a lot of money in it. Now it has reached the vault room. There they seize the vault, and their team starts working on their work. Now we see Rusty, who has inserted a mobile phone. As soon as it rings, he said to Terry that they seize your vault. Now, you can't take the money out, nor any of your servants go inside, so it is better that you give half of the money to me and keep the other half of the money for yourself. Then, when he sees his vault, he found that the condition of the room was very bad. He also sees that indeed thieves have entered, and this room is also locked from inside. Now we see SWAT team arrived and enters. It gets intercepted here, and there is a firing between the people present inside the vault, and here the SWAT team makes an explosion, but as soon as it explodes, some money also burns with the explosion, and in a short time, the team leaves from there picking up their equipment. Here Terry is in tension, and he keeps watching the footage of the video again and again, and he realized that Blasio was written on the floor of the vault's room, which is not present in this footage. Now what happens is that the security experts of Danny's team are showing a false image, which is basically their training room, and here Danny and his team have completely fooled Terry, and now we find out that the SWAT team was none other than Danny's team, and they are not their belongings but the rest of the money in those bags, and they all pass ahead of them, and no one suspects money or the SWAT team's own weapons. And now we see that Danny is still locked in the same room by the bouncers where Terry got her locked up. Terry is completely sure that Danny is behind this whole robbery, but Danny acts very innocent, and he denies involvement in this robbery. Terry becomes angry and hands Danny over to the police because he doesn't have any solid evidence, but Danny has misused the law. What we knew in the beginning of the movie, that he was not allowed to leave California even though he has been far away from California in Las Vegas. Now we see Danny's team as their plan is to loot the money, and all we will share the money equally with each other, and they all share it with each other and go to their respective places. After a few months, when Danny Ocean comes out after completing his sentence, we see the Rusty and Tess outside the prison. Those who have come to pick up Danny, and he goes somewhere far away from here, and here we see how some people are following him. Terry would not have forgotten anything. He knew that behind the robbery all of this Danny's work, and he can reach his money by following them. And this movie ends here. If you like the explanation of this movie, please like, share, and subscribe.